Yeah, I think this year I'm kind of developing in a role to take over what some of Nick Callerup did last year. Put my hand in the ground and moving DNs. Just polishing everything in my game right now, obviously, but focusing on that and how to be a more well-rounded player, tight end position. So that's what I've been working on like the past 6 months since January started. So.
How has Drew acclimated to the room, and how would you kind of characterize him as a tight end?
He fit in instantly. I remember when I first met him in December, and I knew he was going to be a great fit here. He's very similar skill set to myself. Like he's really, really good in the pass game, and he's learned the run game very, very quickly as well during spring ball, and we just kind of built on it from there. He's an unbelievable human being. He works his tail off. He holds all of us accountable on tight end room, and he came in here for his last year, and he lead by example, and he's going to be a big part of our offense this year, and I'm super excited to watch him and watch all of his work pay off this year.
What type of confidence do you take from your performance last year, and where do you feel you have to improve?
I'm extremely confident. I think the guys around me really instill that in me. But I think that just being a playmaker, just being a really reliable and consistent playmaker is something that I really have been working on these past couple months, and I think that ultimately will make my game day performance the best it can be. Just being one of those guys that the offense can rely on to go out and make plays and execute in the run game and the pass game. And that's what I pride myself on. So, yeah, that's what I've been working on and improving these past couple months.
What's the key to learning and executing a lot of different responsibilities in an offense that requires a lot of versatility from its tight ends?
Yeah, I think it's just being put in those situations, asking a bunch of questions. I have a great relationship with the O-line, and we've been, harping on communication and just being aligned and being on the same page. And I think that has to do with a lot with the tight ends because when we're attached and when we're going blocking with the O lineman, like it's all six guys being one team. So yeah, that's huge. And then the pass game, I just learn a lot from our wideouts. Our wideouts are incredible, and they show me a lot of things that I can work on. And I think reaching out and talking to other people on the offense, other positions, it can kind of help myself tailor my game to be a more complete tight end. There's so many things that you have to do to be a good tight end, and the more questions you ask and the more experience you get, the better you're going to be.
What has most impressed you so far about Drake and how he's taking command of the offense?
Man, he is very, very impressive to do this, as a true sophomore or redshirt freshman. He takes command of the offense, and he's a great leader. He gets everyone where they need to be, and his preparation for everything is just top notch. Like him and Max, obviously just built so much for this program the past 2 years, and I couldn't be happier with him, and I couldn't be prouder of him. He's an amazing human, and he's a great quarterback, and he has so much confidence in us, and we have such a good relationship, and everyone on the offense has so much trust in him. Just the way he works and the way he leads the offense is really impressive for being his age.
How did he build that trust so quickly? Because he wasn't a quarterback last year. Is it just a practice and seeing the way he works? How did he build that trust?
Yeah, I think. Well, another thing is obviously the stuff on the field, but off the field as well. Like he's always in the facility. I see him all the time. We always hang out together out of the facility and just doing stuff together as a team. And in the offense, like we spent 2 of our breaks away from here, all together, just working out and building our connections off the field and doing a bunch of fun stuff together. I think that obviously helps build our relationship off the field. So when we get on the field, we have that trust and we have that bond. So when we go out there, we're sacrificing everything for each other. But yeah, I mean, on the field, he is he's a really good leader, and he makes sure everything is going like how he makes sure everything is up to the standard. And for an older guy to see that in a young guy, that's where I get my confidence and trust in him.
Jameson, I saw you're getting some work in with the Monarch this summer. How much does that enhance the amount of reps you're able to get, like high level quality reps, maybe even without a quarterback?
Yeah. I think it was really, really cool to try it out. I had never tried it out before, and I'm a Chicago guy. I'm like 45 minutes away from Chicago, so they're headquartered right up there, and I was able to go up there and spend, just like an hour and a half with them. We talked about kind of what their deal is, and then we got to work, and it was the most efficient work that I've ever gotten. Like 400 catches in an hour is really impressive. It's really, really cool to just go and have those cool experiences with, great companies that are in the football space. And, I was really thankful and grateful for those guys to reach out to me and be able to set that up. But, yeah, it was really cool. I was able to bring my dad up. And when I was in high school, like, we would always do stuff like that, like a jugs machine. And it was cool to have him see and watch that, like something more innovative and pretty cool to have him there and watch that. So
All three of the tight ends, and you, Bibber, and Frank are all going to be seniors your last year. Is there kind of a motto in the room for the old men?
oh man, right now we're staying in the moment, but every since like January started, like this is our last one. Like this is our last winter workout, this is our last spring ball practice, this is our last conditioning day in the summer. And that just kind of puts things into perspective that, like, time doesn't stop, and, like, just be where your feet are and enjoy the moment. Like, when we're going through hard stuff, like, in workouts and things, like, we're going to be like, we're going to be praying for this in 10 years. Like, our conversations in 5 years are going to be about these days right now. So it's just, like, being grateful for where we're at and just having a ton of fun. Like, working our tail offs is, like, together is, like, the most fun thing that we can do right now. And I think we're just all really enjoying it together, and we're definitely making most of our time right now, which is, as a young guy, you're kind of like wishing time away possibly, just getting through things and maybe a little bit overwhelmed. But now since I've matured and have a little bit more experience, it's like, wow, I love being here, and, I'm really grateful for where I'm at. So just taking things day by day.
Being a Chicago guy, when you see Wrigley on the schedule against Northwestern, what does that say to you?
It's a huge talking point whenever I go home. Literally anyone, I'm like, hey, like, what do you got going on November 22nd or that weekend? And they're like, oh, we'll see. And I'm like, well, I'm playing at Wrigley, and you know how everyone, I'm trying to get as many people as I can to get going up to Wrigley and watch us play. But it's turning out perfectly. So I'm just talking to everyone at home and all my family, and planning some things to get as many people I can get up there.
Anything else for Jameson? All right.
Thank you, guys.
What does Drake Lindsay do on the field that maybe reminds you a little bit of Max?
He does a great job of facilitating on the field. Really, all the quarterbacks have been doing a great job of facilitating. I think that's been a big emphasis in that room. It's just leadership and being able to facilitate on the field, and also just be able to play football. The biggest thing is being able to just run a play to start. As a quarterback, you have to be able to look at everything out on the field and understand what everyone's doing, and also help out guys who may not know what they're doing. So they've all done a great job of that, and so has Drake.
Do you think you have to carry more of a workload this year having a new quarterback under center?
I don't think so. I think that whatever the game calls for, it's all game planned out. Our coaches do a great job of that. Whatever the game plan calls for, I'm going to do, and our quarterback will do as well. I think that our team is more than capable of playing in both facets of the game, passing and running. So I'm excited to get going.
You became much more of a receiving threat last year as compared to your freshman year. What did you like about that development?
I love it. I love catching the ball. My roots are at the receiver position. As you guys know, I started off at receiver in high school. And switched over my senior year to running back. So I love catching the ball. It's excited to be getting in space. I love it. I love to catch the ball. But whatever it calls for, I mean, it's play-to-play basis. You never know if you're going to get the ball or not on a check down. It's all progression-based. So whatever is open, we'll throw.
You were pretty healthy last year. Did you think the workload was just about right, and is that about something that you hope for this year too, something similar?
The workload I don't really think about much. It's my job to stay healthy. It's my job to be out on the field, be available for the team, help the team win the best I can. So the biggest thing is just staying healthy, keeping my body together, and just being there for my team. Whatever it takes for us to win, I'll do, whether it's 500 carries or 3 carries. So I'm excited to get going, and I think that, we'll be good. I'll do my best, stay healthy, and do everything that I can to help the team.
Darius, you've talked about mindsets going into the season. Sometimes you lose certain. What's your mindset? How's it developing going into this season?
The biggest thing is, like I said earlier, just staying healthy, making sure I'm here for the team. I'm excited to help this team be great. We have a lot of guys that are super connected on our team, and we do a good job of just being together and wanting to win for each other, wanting to play for each other. So the biggest mindset is just stay healthy for the team and do what I can to help us win.
Darius, was there anything in particular last year you kind of unlocked as far as being healthy, like in the training room or stretching or conditioning or anything?
I think that just came with age, growing up and understanding that I just have to spend a lot more time on my body. The demands have to meet the demands. So the demands on the field have to meet the demands off the field. So that requires nutrition and in the training room. So I did a great job of that last year, and I'm trying to uphold that and keeping things going in the right direction, staying healthy, and I think that I'll do a good job of it.
What is one of the biggest changes you've seen in yourself and the team from last year to this year?
I say the biggest thing is the leadership has changed. There's different leaders in the room. We had a lot of guys leave, so the way things are led are a lot different. Just the landscape of the team is just a lot different. The way that we talk to each other, the way that we do things on the field, everything's pretty different because we just have new guys leading. So I think it's been a really good thing, and I'm excited for that.
You've been around for 6 months. What makes AJ Turner unique as a player?
He's really twitchy. He has speed. His vision is really, really good. He does a great job of just finding it. So I'm excited to see him get going.
You feel your running back group is kind of flying under the radar a little bit here in the Big Ten?
We don't really look at that stuff, to be honest. We don't really care about what's out in the media, like rankings-wise and things of that nature, like running back rooms. We all know that you have to go out there on Saturdays and make it happen, and just make plays and help the team win. So we're going to do what we can to help the team win. The things that come with that, we're excited about, but that's not something that we're focused on right now.
Darius, what do you think is the most important small detail that running backs don't get enough credit for?
I say just toughness in general. It may be one of the toughest positions on the field. It may not be the hardest cerebrally and things of that nature, but when it comes to, you have to get up every play and go hit somebody on pretty much every play. You're either getting hit or you have to go hit someone and pass pro. So I think it's a really tough position. I think that flies under the radar.
This season, knowing you're the guy, you're the elder one in the room, considering the different things that have happened in your career?
I like to take it with a lot of gratefulness and a lot of pride as well. Just handling those adversities from those injuries and being able to bounce back to be in the position I am today. I'm truly blessed and grateful for it. And I wouldn't be able to do it without the support of my staff that we have, the coaches, my teammates. Just having all those resources around me just helped me push to become the better person I am today.
Exciting group of transfers that came in at the wide receiver position.
Yes.
What's the state of the wide receiver room right now?
This is the most talented wide receiver room we ever had, probably the most experienced, most versatile if that. I think these guys right here is probably one of the most hardest workers. We love being around each other, even outside of football. We love hanging out with each other. It's something special, It's something that you can really bond. It's not even more about who's competing for what spots. It's more just competing with each other, just making the team better, and just making each other better one day at a time.
Elijah and Daniel accounted for more than 80% of the receptions, receiving yards from the receiver room last year. So how has Simon kind of approached it with you guys, considering the amount of talent that you guys have? What do you have to replace?
So we ain't really focus on reps and stuff like that, many targets. We just focus on what the team needs and for each person to bring that to the table. And each person bring what they have to bring to the table. We'll be able to bear the team from doing that.
Becky, what do you think is the most overlooked detail
I would say the small details and the break points, and if you can separate faster than the DB, because you might not be the fastest guy on the field. You might have a DB that's running way faster than you, but it's about that separation at the break point. Who could stop faster than another person and get out of that break faster than the other person. So I think people doesn't take a lot of credit and time in knowing like the route tree of everything and how to get out of your breaks and the most efficient way of getting out of the breaks and like the most important steps out of your breaks. It was like the first 3 steps. So those are the most important steps in my opinion, to like really critique things in my routes.
Been around Javon Tracy every day since January. How would you describe him kind of as a person in the locker room, and then how would you describe him as a player?
Oh, great guy in the locker room. Guys love him on the team, love him in the locker room, even outside of football. Like, he's one of the guys that's bringing energy everywhere we go at, even on the practice field. Like, practice field, workouts, like, he's bringing that energy. He's going to be that guy that wants to win, compete every day, and push the other guys along. He's another guy that helped me in my leadership role as well, because his leadership perspective at Miami, Ohio is different from mine. So him combining that with mine has improved the room very much well.
And then same thing with Logan Lloyd coming in from UCLA. How would you describe him as a player? What's he been like acclimated to your guys' room?
Very experienced guy. You know, he has a year above me, so he's been in college a year longer than me, but we very connect well. Just him being at UCLA and him being in the locker room with us, we all talk about the difference between UCLA and Minnesota, especially with the cold and the weather and stuff like that. But him bringing his smartness and intelligent ability of the game and his route running as well, he's a very great route runner in my opinion. Smooth route runner. He's probably one of the smartest guys I met in the receiver room in my time being here, and I look forward to playing him in the near future, you know.
Jalen Smith's a guy that Wolf Fleck and Harbaugh talked up there in the spring as someone who had a great spring. And, you know, from year 1 to year 2, how have you seen him grow, and do you think he's potentially ready for a bigger role than what he's seen?
Oh, yeah, I've seen Jalen Smith grow from a young buck from freshman year, so he improved tremendously. Even his freshman year, he standing out in my eyes. He was better than me. I could tell him that he was better than me my freshman year coming in. He was a great guy that came in. I looked at him as a dependable receiver for the freshman crew at his class. But him growing up to where he is now, he has improved tremendously in his game. Route running, break points, understanding the playbook, understanding how the playbook system is ran, understanding why we do things and how we do things. I think he is potentially really prepared for the season coming up.
For you as a receiver, how was the transition from Max to Drake been?
Oh, it's pretty easy in my opinion, because Drake always been beside Max, the whole time. Max made sure that Drake and the other quarterbacks along with him, up in the morning with him, meetings, almost every trip with us, like join film sessions with the wide receiver as well, throwing sessions, even stuff like that. It's unrequired, just like on a Saturday, we just get some work in. And I feel like Max passed that down to Drake, and Drake been able to uphold that standard as well and make it even higher for us in being in a position of where we are today. And I feel like Drake is also like a great representation of his offense, in my opinion.
Anything else for LeMackey? All right, thanks, LeMackey.
Thank you.